Today, we're diving into Phuong Phap Dung Sinh, which is this really incredible Vietnamese system for health and, well, for self-mastery. The name itself is just beautiful. It translates to the method of nourishing life.
At its core, this whole practice is really about answering a question that people have been asking forever. How do we actually take charge of our own health? Not just to live longer, but to live a life that has real meaning. So where does this all come from? Well, our guide for this is a manual that was published back in 1977 in Vietnam. And just think about that context for a second. It came out of a time of incredible challenge and rebuilding, and it offered people a way to find strength and resilience from within.
So let's start with why this manual was even created. A doctor, Dr. Nguyen von Huong, developed this as a powerful way to deal with the chronic health problems he was seeing all around him, but without relying on medicine.
And you don't have to guess what it's about. It's written right there on the cover. The goal isn't just about getting better if you're sick. It's about progressing, about gaining real mastery over your body, so you can live a full and useful life.
Okay, so what's the big idea here? What's the actual philosophy? This is what I find so cool about it. It doesn't make you choose between the old ways and the new. It takes these traditional Eastern ideas about life energy and weaves them together with a modern scientific understanding of the human body. Just look at this diagram from the book. It really sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. Yangsheng doesn't see your body like a car with a bunch of separate parts. No, it sees it as one single, unified system where absolutely everything is connected. Your breathing, your nerves, your digestion, all of it. All right, to really get a handle on that system, the philosophy gives us three core concepts. They're often called the three treasures, and they're basically the building blocks of our entire existence. Ten, He, and Tan.
So first up, you've got Tin, which basically means essence. The easiest way to think about this is that it's your physical foundation. It's the literal raw material, the food you eat, your genetic makeup, the very stuff that your body is built from. It's like your body's hardware.
Next is Qi, or energy. Now, if Thing is the hardware, then Qi is the electricity running through it. It's that vital force, that spark. It's in your breath. It's the energy that makes your organs work. It's what allows you to move. It's the life force itself.
And that brings us to the third treasure, Tan. This is your spirit, your mind, your consciousness. It's the highest level of this energy. This is what governs your thoughts, your emotions. It's the commander of the whole system.
There's this classic verse in the manual that just captures the whole idea so elegantly. It's like a little poem that's also a set of instructions. Take care of your physical body, build up your vital energy, and be careful with your mental focus. It's all about finding that inner balance.
Okay, that's the philosophy, and it's beautiful, right? But how do you actually do it? How do you put all this into practice? Well, it all translates into some very concrete techniques, and the absolute center of it all is the art of breathing. The whole method is really built on two main pillars. The first one is Tu Zan, which is all about deep relaxation. That's step one. You have to quiet all the noise. And then there's Tha For Tha, which is a very specific 4-period breathing technique that's designed to let you take control of your internal energy. So this 4-period breathing, it's incredibly simple but really profound. It has 4 parts. First, you inhale slowly and deeply. Then you hold it, that's key. After that, you exhale slowly and all the way out. And finally, you just rest in that quiet moment before you take your next breath. And you know what the best part is? Look at how accessible this is. The book shows you right here. The main practice is just done lying on your back with your knees bent. That's it. No fancy equipment, no crazy yoga poses. It's just you and your own breath.
All right, let's zoom out for a second. We've talked about the philosophy, the breathing, but what's the end game here? What's the real goal? Well, it's about way more than just not being sick. It's about building the foundation for a life that actually has a purpose.
And this is where things get really fascinating for me. You can see how this traditional wisdom lines up almost perfectly with modern science. When the book talks about balancing your whole system, it's basically describing what we now call regulating the autonomic nervous system. The body's super complex internal command center. So here's the bottom line. It's so simple, but so profound. Through things like relaxation and controlled breathing, you are literally learning how to flip the switch on your nervous system, to move from stress to calm whenever you want. The goal is to calm the system so you can master the self.
And what does that mastery get you? Well, the purpose here has all these amazing layers. Yeah, it starts with preventing sickness and finding your inner calm, but it builds towards something bigger, having the strength to live an active life, to contribute to your family and your community, and to live, as Dr. Huong put it, not just a long life, but a useful one.
Which kind of leaves us with one last question to think about, right? In this crazy world we live in, with notifications and distractions pulling at us from every direction, what can we learn from a nearly 50-year-old manual about how to master our own inner world?